Yes, yes. My
Do you have to do something different now to stay with the awareness inside?
to stay with the awareness inside.
Have to do
What
something
do I have
different or
to?
the same?
So, with what instrument can we stay?
The Sadguru presence.
That is the inner Sadguru presence, the Holy Spirit, the light of Atma within. So, how can you stay with that?
Many ways you do. One main thing is empty, but many ways to get to empty.
So, the main thing is to remain empty here. Therefore, we are empty of identity. You see? And the mind's idea is that we'll become all lost and confused and we won't know what to do. But actually, people have reported that they were lost and they are found when they come to the holy presence, the divinity within themselves. So, now, what was the original question? How do I stay?
Yeah.
Like this. But,
I realized that. So last time you were saying that I should apply that filter, no awareness filter,
yeah,
if it's hard guidance. And now I realize what I'm trying to do is to stay with awareness so that I get hard guidance.
yes,
But actually, it's like if it's hard
remain.
guidance, then it'll be that insight will be there. It's the other way,
Yes,
and I don't have to do anything different. Just stay. It's the same. Stay with the presence that you've been
yeah,
saying all these
yeah.
days.
But the trouble is that when you stay like that, you are not there.
That I don't know what to do about that. What do I?
It's good news. Please, it's good news. We do so many things to lose ourselves. No? I don't want to worry. I want a few minutes of no anxiety, no fear, no pride, no guilt, no anxiousness about the past, no concern about the future. Isn't it? All these are symptoms of the me, isn't it? The symptoms of the egoic identity are all of these things which we call suffering. You see? So be empty of yourself.
I'm getting very eager to get that knowledge, Father. Like,
Yes, but this one is, that's what I'm saying, that this one will keep pretending as if it wants that. But actually, even in its pretense, is blocking that. So leave it. Huh?
no, what to do. Okay, I'll just.
So what happens when you leave it all? What compels you back?
It's like I leave it, then something comes up, and is this that? Something like that
So
happens.
that pulls you back in the mind. The mind saying, is this that? So leave that.
Like some knowledge is that heart knowledge, that thing.
Yeah?
Some knowledge will come up, and it seems very different from the previous
Yes.
knowledge.
So then who wants to check whether it's heart knowledge? The head knowledge. Oh no.
I don't know.
What is the third option?
Even these two
So
options,
the heart
it's
is guiding. Then is the heart itself saying, oh, is this that? No. Something is checking on that. You see? Now, besides the mind, what could it be?
even the first two only. I'm not very clear on heart and mind. That the difference, like I know we're coming, it's going round and round and
It's
round so
okay.
many times.
It's okay. So, we started by saying you're empty.
Ah,
Empty of what? Empty of the mind. So, you're in the unborn, the no mind. Yes? In the no mind, you find that it is not a lost state, it is a found state. Then some guidance may come. You see, mostly it will just move you. Initially, you get used to it just moving you, the light just moves you. So you don't need to hear or to know what the guidance is. You just allow the Holy Presence to move you. So, and once you get used to surrendering in that way, living in that way, then you may start receiving some guidance in your heart. So start like that. Just be empty, come what may. Because if you're going to oppress it with the spiritual seeker wanting to know, wanting to grasp, wanting to attain heart knowledge, then that'll just delay the maturing. And even now the mind wants to say something
Exactly.
smart.
Yes, something it will do. I know. This also I'll
This
try
is
to
the
get.
trickster. This
That
we cannot
wanting.
do anything about it doing whatever it is doing. It will keep doing whatever it is doing. You don't follow. That you can do. Are you using inquiry or prayer or what are you using?
Today it was
No, I'm
just.
saying overall. So let me recap for everyone. So I've advised that don't start your day without coming to God's presence. Yes. So when you start, don't just rush into things and start replying on your phone and get into what is called doom scrolling and all of that. Just keep that aside for some time and just first come to your center where God's presence is alive. Stay like that. Be centered in that way. So the heart temple, which is always there, get the darshan of God's light in your heart temple, and then allow the rest of your life to move from there. Actually, once you come to that, then you don't have to do anything at all. Because God's presence is there, He will move you, He will guide you. So just allow that to move you. Don't pick up the false doership. You've done your part, you've come to God. Now just allow His will to unfold. Then what happens is that this sounds quite straightforward, but I don't feel anyone can just do that. You see that done. You see? So because you need an anchor, because the mind is so tempting, it will tell you some story, it will tell you this, but you see, so to pull you out of the temple in your heart, to go to the realm of the mind, it will tell you some seemingly compelling, important things, problems you need to solve, things which are unfair, whatever narratives may be. So and that is why you need an anchor. So that anchor can be inquiry. When it offers you a story, you can ask yourself, who am I? Who is that? Who's the protagonist of the story? Or you can keep chanting your prayer or your mantra. Or if you feel comfortable, just remain in the presence of unconditional love in your heart. Just anchor yourself with that. Because most of us by now would have heard in Satsang, heard Master Bankai said this very famous thing, which is all things are perfectly resolved in the unborn. You see, so who doesn't want all things to be perfectly resolved? Everyone does. So all of us must have tried to stay in the unborn, isn't it? But then what happens is that we go back into the mind because it seems so tempting. You see? It seems so compelling. And because it seems so compelling, that is why inquiry, prayer, and the presence of unconditional love are available as God's instruments, as God's tools for us to use so that we can be anchored in His light through the course of the day. And even in spite of that, we may still be tempted from time to time. We'll forget. You see, I forget. So, and it's not necessarily that because I forget, all of you will forget, but it's likely that all of us forget. No? So when that forgetting happens, we are not to then beat ourselves up and say, no, but why did this happen? I'm not doing it right. None of that. Just return home. And home is the temple in your heart. So as soon as you notice, come back. Because you don't know the next trick which will come from the mind, which may be spiritual itself. The mind offering spiritual advice, which will keep you in the head for longer and longer. You see? So that includes the mind's so-called conundrum of, is this hard knowledge or not? You see, who wants to know? Does the heart want to know? No. It is the same mind which is posing as you see, wanting to do this on your terms, which is actually the mind's terms. So leave that.
So just stay with the presence, that's all.
Stay, yes, that's all. That is all. That itself is the most difficult and the most simple endeavor in the human condition. Most simple, moment to moment. Most difficult, over the journey of time. When there is time, it is the most difficult thing. In the moment is the simplest thing. It is a pure non-doing actually. Effortlessness.